Okay, we'll go ahead and get started. Thank you for joining us for the Thursday weekly briefing. If this is your first time listening to this webinar, the purpose of this webinar is to talk about the weather over the next several days for October 7th through October 13th. And we tend to focus on what we call the high impactful weather or hazardous weather. And I'm happy to report we're not expecting a whole lot of that this week. What we are expecting, however, is we're expecting a lot of cloud cover. You know, we saw this over the last couple of days, but we're generally expecting more clouds than sun, at least through the weekend, if not lingering into Monday. And as we look at this regional visible satellite imagery from GOES 16, you can see there's two swirls on this picture, and they're both kind of on the periphery of this regional view. The first one is this area of low pressure that's been very slow to move north over the Mississippi Valley. It's been sitting there for at least 3 or 4 days, and it's starting to move north, and that will start to continue to move north-northeast over the next 2 days, bringing us all this cloud cover, but additional rain chances as we get into the weekend. The second area of low pressure, again, it's on the periphery of the screen, is down off the Carolina coast. It's this weak area of low pressure that's been spinning out there for a couple of days. Right now, the National Hurricane Center has been closely watching this low, but we expect very limited tropical development, mainly because of our low to our west. That's going to move east-northeast, as I mentioned earlier, and it's going to begin to interact with that low. And when that happens, what we call the wind and the shear associated with that trough will basically keep that low from becoming tropical. So we're going to watch these two features over the next 3 or 4 days, and these features are going to produce a lot of our weather over the next 3 or 4 days. Tropics is quiet. As I already mentioned, we got that low that's spinning off the Carolina coast. Right now, they're only expecting very low 10 to 20% probability of it becoming tropical. Regardless, we are expecting impacts from that low, especially if you have plans for the beach this weekend. As we look ahead, you focus on the Saturday, actually Friday through Saturday period, where you see the greens over North Carolina. As I already mentioned, we have more clouds than sun. Our best chance for showers, it's going to be mostly showers. We're not expecting a whole lot of storm potential over the next 2 to 3 days. It's going to be Friday and through Saturday night. It looks like if I had to pinpoint the wettest period, I'd say Friday evening to Friday night is going to be the wettest. Then we start to dry out on Sunday. But again, we could see some lingering rain chances, especially along the coast near that stationary surface low off the coast. Temperatures with all those clouds and with all the high rain chances are going to be seasonable to slightly below normal. So you can expect temperatures mainly in the 70s. If we get a lot of rain or there's places that see more rain, temperatures could hold into the upper 60s. And that would mostly be across the northern portions of our area. Then as the both lows move off, we get ridging that builds overhead by early to middle part of next week. That means dry conditions, and that also means temperatures are going to go above normal. In fact, we're looking at temperatures averaging 7 to 10 degrees above normal in terms of highs for Tuesday through Thursday. And that means highs mostly in the 80s. So if you're a fan of the warm weather and you're the ones hanging on the summer, you will be happy next week. As we look ahead look at severe chances over the next 3 to 5 days, again, you can see that we're basically in what we call just marginal thunderstorms. With all the clouds and all the rain, we're not expecting a lot of instability. And because of that, we're really not expecting much in the way of severe weather. We look at the rainfall. Already mentioned this. Our heaviest rainfall is expected that late Friday and into Saturday. And outside of that, we're not expecting a whole lot. We're expecting a few showers today. But again, most of that will be focused in that 48-hour period. If we zoom in to the area, you can see we're forecasting rainfall amounts to range from probably about a quarter to a half inch across the southwest near Charlotte, with as much as 1 to 2 inches up near the Virginia border. And because of that 1 to 2 inches of rainfall, the Weather Prediction Center does have our area in a marginal risk for excessive rain. Basically, this is the highlight. There will be a small chance for some isolated flash flooding. And in this case, since it's been so dry, any flash flooding will likely be confined to urban areas or poor drainage areas. And you know, that rain's a good thing. That 1 to 2 inches is going to really help when it comes to drought conditions. As you can see from last week, the graphic on the right, the abnormally dry, the D0 has really expanded across central and eastern North Carolina. So while the rain may hurt the plans for outdoor plans for a few folks, the area is in really need of this much needed rainfall. Looking ahead to 8 to 14 day outlook, is calling for above normal temperatures. So again, people that want to hang on to summer, it looks good for you. So that'll take us into mid-October. So through mid-October, mid to late October, we're still looking at the likelihood of above normal temperatures. And in terms of rainfall, well, again, this graphic on the right, the 8 to 14 day precipitation outlook, another reason to really look forward to this rainfall the next 2 days, because after those 2 days, it's looking increasingly dry. All right, so weather in summary, more clouds than sun through the weekend with increasing rain chances, and our highest rain chances occurring Friday through Saturday, as much as 1 to maybe 2 inches up across central and northern portions of the area, which is good news given the expanding abnormally dry conditions. Things start to dry out by Sunday, but we'll keep our eye on that nearly stationary surface low off the coast. And then once that low moves out, we're looking at temperatures increasing in dry conditions with highs in the 70s, which is a good 7 to 10 degrees above normal. The main hazard this upcoming period in terms of weather will be when we see that heavy rainfall sometime during that late Friday and into Saturday time period. That heavy rainfall could result in some very isolated flooding.